Welcome to Obstacle Running Adventures.
Do you let your guard down at all for like some of the obstacles? Like I'm sure the carry you don't have to worry, like that's not one that you
Yeah.
can really fail. What are some ones that you can like let your guard down on? Where's like the pressure the most?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say there's definitely a few that are like, all right, we're on this obstacle, so I'm not really worried too much about it. But yeah, I mean, there's each of them. There's ones you don't worry at all. There's some that you're like, I'm not worried, but like I'll pay attention a little bit. And there's ones that are like hyper focused. So the ones that like obviously water carry is like for at least for me, obviously.
Yeah.
But to water carry, you don't have to pay attention much to the warped wall. I'm not worried about usually. The rope climb backwards, both of the rope climbs for me. 'Cause, I mean, I'm a gymnast. I know how to climb the rope,
Mhm.
so that's not really an issue. And the backwards rope climb, like the traverse, it's tiring, it's taxing, but I've done it before. It's just that's an endurance thing, which I know I have, so I don't personally have to worry about it too much. The three that I mainly worry about is leap of faith, just because it's agility. Agility can always go sideways. You take one wrong step, boom, you're done. You're in the water. So leap of faith, which is the tire run, the balance, just once again, if you take one slip up, you're also done. With some of those bigger hops in there. And the ninja killer, the tire jumps have gotten to me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because I've talked to had a few friends or and a few guests that have come on the show that have been on American Ninja Warrior. Actually, our last guest was Rose Wetzel, who was on the show for a little bit, and they all seem to agree that balance is the toughest because if you grab something wrong, you have time to kind of correct
Yeah,
yourself. But balance, once you're going over, you are going over.
you are
So
going over.
yeah, no, that makes sense. And so for this race in particular, I know that you got David last time too, but how is like the pressure on yourself to like complete Ninja Killer and everything for the
Yeah, well, I tried to keep my pressure low because I was like, all right, I did it before. It's like it's not the end of the world if I don't make it again. But then I also had that pressure of like, what if I could do it twice in a row, or what if I could do it again? So, like while walking, well, so I wasn't like super worried. I was like completely chill. I was like, did it once. If I don't make it again, so what? I'm like, I can't be too upset. I mean, I made it before, so I, all the stress kind of came on though when I was walking towards Ninja Killer. Like I remember that walk, I was talking to my brother, and I was like I wasn't stressed out until now because this is the one that like I messed up so many times before, and like two in a row sounds so good and it would be so cool. Um, so yeah, I mean, I was trying to like convince myself that I wasn't stressing out because like I'd done it before, but I was definitely stressing out.
I like the overall attitude though. Like,
Mhm.
it's not the end of the world. Like it's not, you're not finishing the course isn't going to cure cancer or whatever. Like so the
Yeah.
stakes aren't ridiculous. So it makes sense like that the pressure shouldn't get to you, but I could definitely see it creeping up on something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's really all just for the fundraiser. It's to
Right.
raise money, but obviously you're gonna want to do the best you can. You want to beat the bigger names, beat the bigger people, just because you want to do the best you can do.
Yeah.
So the stress is more of just a personal stress of like, I want to do the best I can,
Yeah.
but in the long run, it's not the end of the world.
I definitely want to address the fundraiser. So before we forget, we mentioned it with like the water, but can you talk about like what the fundraising is all about? Like what Goliathon is
Yeah,
for?
so Goliathon raises money to get water in remote places who can't really get it as much as they like as easy as we can. So the whole fundraiser, they choose a new place, usually in Africa, I believe,
Right.
every year. So this year was, oh no, I forget where it was to. Do you remember?
I do not, sorry.
I believe it's on the back of my shirt. I don't know if you can see.
It's that's a mission accomplished. Water to Mozambique.
Mozambique, perfect.
Mozambique.
So it's Mozambique this year.
Okay.
So, but every year it changes to a different place, and I like this because I love the first obstacle just because the fact that like you're put into their shoes just for like not 30 seconds, like minute to 2 minutes. And
Right.
like by the end of it, you're like, whoa, baby. Like if you think about that, they have to do that for miles every day just to get their own drinking water or whatever water they need just for their daily use. And we're complaining about it for 2 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
So I really like how you're kind of put in the shoes, see their perspective, and you're like, wow.
Yeah. Definitely. Now that I want to see because I wore this, I always try to wear like the themed shirt. I don't know if it says it on mine.
Yeah, you're Mozambique too.
All right, cool. I feel like this is like a Dude Sweet moment from Dude, Where's My Car? But I don't know if you get that reference now. I feel really old.
I don't. I'm sorry.